of fatherless homes in this country, 5 times more likely to commit suicide than children who have a father in the home. 32 times more likely to run away. 20 times more likely to have a behavioral disorder. 14 times more likely to become sexually aggressive or commit rape. 10 times more likely to engage in drug abuse. It just breaks my heart. No heat, no judgment.
A woman will open up and say, you know what, not having my father really is a problem, really is an issue. And I wish we could get more black women to just point out, wait a minute, it's not cool that your kids don't have that father. It's not cool that you didn't grow up with yours. It's not, I don't need no man. It's not fathers don't matter. It's not niggas ain't shit. It's actually we as a people, we as a culture, we as a community have to deal with each other. And in dealing with each other, if we're creating children, if we're having little innocent beings who only thing they know about themselves is what we present about ourselves. I don't know if that makes any sense to any of you guys. If you are a Jew and you know that you must be a doctor, a lawyer, or something like that, that matters. Your goal is higher. What you want to be in life is exalted. But if you think about what happens with us as black men, our goal in life is where? What do we have to look up to? Who do we have to look up to? Was our fathers impressive? Was our grandfathers impressive? It doesn't even matter what you say sometimes to your children. It's what you do. It's what you have. It's the presence you command. It's the maturity of how you deal with each other and deal with other people. And that's the biggest thing we need in the black community. Where does that start? To me, it's with fathers. If your man is confident, your man is proud. When your man is proud, he loves what he has. He protects what he has when he has these situations. And that's when you, as a woman, as a man, as a family, as a community, that's when we'll be better. When we actually care about each other. It starts with the fathers. It starts with the relationship and the children.
I would like to extend a happy Father's Day to all the fathers in the world. Your hard work doesn't go unnoticed. Today is a significantly tough day for me. 2 years ago on this exact date, I lost my father to cardiovascular disease. There isn't a moment that goes by where I don't yearn for the love and wisdom he instilled into me during his lifetime. I come here today to spread awareness on cardiovascular disease and the disastrous numbers it has on Americans, especially the African American community. Almost every 37 seconds, someone dies from a form of cardiovascular disease. And there are nearly 121 million Americans with some form of the disease as well. 44.8% of African American males and 47.3% of African American females have some form of cardiovascular disease. So it is up to us that we spread the rules for prevention, not only to Americans, but especially to the African American community. That means making sure we know when to take our medicine, knowing our BP numbers, having a healthy diet, getting daily exercise, maintaining a healthy weight, quit smoking, lowering stress, and of course, educating our children. The future is what can stop this as well. So I challenge you all on this day to not only cherish these moments, but to have these conversations with the father figures in your life. Let them know that they are loved, and that you want to see them maintain and live the best life. We will also continue the tradition of spreading awareness with the heart. Therefore, for every heart that is coming in under this post, 50 cents will be donated to the American Heart Association. And for every repost, $1 will also be donated. Let's cancel this generational health curse we have on our community. Have the talk. Thank you.
Y'all looking for me? Y'all looking for me? Yeah. Happy Father's Day, niggas. Here I is. Yeah. What's good, everybody? What's good? Let me turn this up. Well, here I go on another rehab flow. Talking about the CHICAGO. And it's a lot of niggas that done got shot. We talk about this shit, but then others not. Talking about all the brothers that's dying. These niggas shooting and these mothers steady crying. Y'all niggas talking about y'all really give a fuck? Well, I don't see this shit, so now I'm here to talk about. I lost the flow. What's good, everybody? What's good? It's your boy, Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab and the United Guns of America. I'm so excited to be here tonight. It's been a few days since I done broadcast, so I'm giving you all I've got, baby. We up in here, so let's go ahead and let's do this thing. Oh, yeah. Shout out to my man B City with the beat. Look here. It has been a hell of a weekend. That's the best way to put it. It's been a hell of a weekend. I don't know what else to say, but I have plenty to show on what the hell is going on. This has been a terrible weekend for niggas in Chicago. And I'm telling you this, I hate to be that guy that said I told you so, but I'm going to be that guy tonight and say it. I told you so. Now, when all of the people that talk all this shit, all of the people that got all of these activists out here in Chicago, all of y'all well off, living in your wonderful affluent neighborhoods, living in your wonderful integrated melting pot neighborhoods, everybody that cared about George Floyd and everybody that cared about all of these police brutality moments, because not another brother should die by the hands of a cop, especially a white racist cop. Well, how about these 60 niggas that's just dead? One of them being a 3-year-old boy. Where the police that done killed these people is what I'm asking. And I want to know, how come ain't nobody in these streets? How come it ain't 10,000 niggas walking up and down the streets of the West Side, marching up and down the streets of downtown Chicago, marching on the South Side of Chicago, saying like they did in The Principal, no more? Where's it all at? Where's the fanfare? Where's the news coverage? Where's the media? And where is our beloved BLM? Yep, y'all know who that is. Black Lives Matter. Where are they? I've searched high. I searched high and low. Still couldn't find nobody. Nobody's saying. Nobody's praying for Black Lives Matter in Chicago. Where are they at? Y'all tell me where they at. I tell you where they at. They at home. I tell you where they at. They everywhere else but in Chicago. On the South Side, on the East Side. Well, really ain't no East Side Chicago, but we call it the East Side. And on the West Side. That's where they at. Because, I mean, that's where they ain't at. That's where they ain't at. I don't see them there. All I see is the same local niggas that's been talking about the same shit for years. But this wonderful Black Lives Matter group that's been empowered by a billionaire, y'all ain't got a few dollars to send a few niggas to Black Lives Matter in Chicago? I don't know. But be that as it may, you may not have Black Lives Matter, but you got my black ass. And my black ass on tonight, I'm going to talk about this shit that's been going on. Because Somebody got to. Somebody got to. And all I'm saying is this. When you hear people talk, when you hear people say all of these things, watch what they're doing. Watch what these people are doing. Because what they telling you and what they talking about, hey, it sounds good. Yeah, you think they're giving you what you want, but they really ain't giving you jack shit. And the same old thing is still happening. Don't believe me? Just watch. And before I do that, let me give a shout out to my brother Tommy Sotomayor. Happy Father's Day to you, brother. And the 1 year anniversary of releasing the not Black Lives Matter. Fatherless America. I got Black Lives Matter on a little chip right here. It's right here. It's in my sights, on my red dot, on my AR. It's right in there. I'm just dialed in on it. But shout out to him and his movie. If you have not seen A Fatherless America, you can go to TJSKOC.com and you can check it out, or you can go to afatherlessamerica.com and you can rent it, you can buy it, go to Amazon, you can search for it, it's there as well. It's everywhere. So if you ain't seen it, go see it. It's a great movie. It's very, very enlightening, very educational. It got some stats in it, some facts in it, and my man did a wonderful job. So make sure you do that. Also, to all of the fathers out there, good, bad, indifferent, the ones that got kids, whether you're with them or you ain't, happy Father's Day. And I hope that if you ain't doing a good job, that you start to, and if you ain't in your kid's life, you try to, and if you can be a better father, I hope that you do. I said do. Yes, I did. But just to everybody out there, happy Father's Day. If I did not call you or message you today, please no, do not charge it to my heart, charge it to my head. Shout out to everybody who wished me a happy Father's Day, and to all of you guys, happy Father's Day. So without further ado, also the young man that you saw that talked about heart disease, that was my cousin, Corey Clay. I saw a video and it was like right before I started prepping for this show. I saw that video and I was like, oh shit. I was so moved by it. He did a great job. So salute to you, cuz. Don't know if you're watching or not, but heart disease, congestive heart failure, all of that good stuff is extremely important. And he's doing something where he made an awareness video. So I want to share that with you guys as well. Hopefully you may know somebody. I'm sure plenty of us do, because there's a lot of black folks that got it. Hopefully you know somebody that can know their numbers, get tested, get checked out, start eating right, and start turning that thing around, because it is definitely one of those black folk killers that we have out here, and it's taking out a lot of us. So shout out to him, and I'm so proud of you, cuz. Thank you for doing a great job with that, man. So let's go ahead and let's do what we do, and I'm going to show y'all some really, really, really powerful information. And one of the biggest things that I would say probably from this weekend and even the weekends prior to this, it's odd to me that we can have a movement that's been started because of the death of one man, George Floyd. Started a movement. He's like the Emmett Till of 2020. That's essentially what he's done. He has sparked this movement. People have taken to the streets. They have rioted. They have protested. They've looted. They've done all through. They've hit the trifecta. And with that being said, you would think that anything that is, I guess, a detriment to the lives of blacks, because black lives do matter, right? With this being the whole foundation of what it is all these people out here doing. The fact that Black Lives Matter, that's why we got to take down all the Confederate soldiers statues. Black Lives Matter, that's why we got to take Aunt Jemima off the pancake box. Black Lives Matter, that's why we got to get rid of Uncle Ben. He got to go too. Black Lives Matter, that's why we got to, and I didn't even know this, but, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but did anybody ever know that Mrs. Butterworth was black? I did not know that. I didn't. I knew about Uncle Ben. And also they're getting rid of cream of wheat. Mr. Cream of the Wheat. Yep. They getting rid of Cream of Wheat, the man on Cream of Wheat, Uncle Ben. They're getting rid of Aunt Jemima. They're getting rid of all the Confederate flags, all the Confederate statues. But I truly did not know about Mrs. Butterworth. If y'all did, somebody please tell me if Mrs. Butterworth, if y'all knew Miss Butterworth was black. Just let me know. Put a yes or something in there, because I did not know Mrs. Butterworth was a black lady. Now, she did come in a brown bottle. And her syrup, I used to love her syrup. Her syrup was so good and it's so tasty. And once I found out that it was nothing but high fructose corn syrup, I had to let it go. And I've been off of the Mrs. Butterworth for about 10 years now. At least about 10 years. Let me tell y'all something. All y'all syrup eaters out there. Everybody that's eating, you know why syrup is so cheap? The price of syrup ain't went up in 25 years. And you know why? Because it's made with high fructose corn syrup. It ain't nothing good in regular syrup. Get you some Canadian or what's the other one? Vermont or Canadian maple syrup. Pure maple syrup. That's what you got to get you. Try it on your pancakes, on your biscuits, whatever you put syrup on. Get you either Vermont or get you that Canadian. Get grade A maple syrup. Change your life. It's excellent syrup. Very, very good. Very, very good. I tell you this, man. If you don't know anything else and don't trust anything else that I say, man, you get the maple syrup from Canada or you get the maple syrup from Vermont. It is good, man. It's very, very good. Trust me, man. Trust me. But let's go ahead and let's do what we do. Did we play my favorite part of the show yet? I can't remember if we did or if we did. Did we? I don't know. But it is my favorite part, so why not do it again?
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Good wine all the time. I like good wine and it's mine because I'm drinking good wine. Hey, what up, Charlie? So, with that being said, and here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to try my best to get through this because I saw this and it literally was one of those things to where the more I was looking into it, the more I was reading into it, I was just like, oh my God, like what the fuck? Why is this happening? What are we doing? And it was just one thing after another. And this is why I'm doing this specific. Now, this is maybe about the second or third show I've done about this violence in Chicago. And it's one of those things to where if we're going to change this, turn this thing around, fix this, whatever the case may be, however you want to approach this, if we're going to stop this shit in so many words, we have to look at the problem. We have to start addressing the problem from the root. Not just what may seem popular, not just what may seem like the hot thing to do. It is a thing where if you're going to change it, you have to first acknowledge it, and then you can start down that path of change. When you just try to use what's happening today and talk about that and focus on that, and then don't look at what's going on, especially when it's in your own backyard, it's so stupid not to do it that it's frustrating. That's the best way that I can kind of describe how I feel when I see this shit. It's one thing when you watch it on TV when you ain't from here. To be from here, to know all of the good that is there, and to see something like this that is just plaguing our city and has been for decades, and more specifically, it's plaguing our black men. I just don't understand why we ain't taking a stand against this shit right now. A 3-year-old boy is dead because of this shit. And my thing is this. We getting the same old responses. We getting the same old fanfare. We getting the same old coverage. And nobody in these neighborhoods are saying no more. I think it was Bruce that posted in here earlier that said one of the people that got shot out of the 60 in Chicago alone. 60. One of the 60 was one of his people, one of his relatives. And it's like, it's getting so rampant to where it could just be anybody at any time, any given point in time. Do y'all realize that? And we gonna go back and look at this. It could, actually, I got the actual the news sheet on it, the news article on it. Since George Floyd's death, which was it the week before Memorial Day weekend or weekend of Memorial Day weekend when it all hit? Every weekend since, which has only been 3, have been record-breaking fucking weekends in deaths and gunshot violence and people shot in Chicago. May 31st, right? Since that weekend was the highest. It was like 82 motherfuckers shot, and nobody's saying shit. Now, and I'm calling out, since she loves to do it so much, I'm calling out Mayor Lori Lightfoot. You got so much time to talk shit and to make people stay in the house. You got so much time to talk shit about Chicago PD. You got so much time to talk shit to Donald Trump, telling him to keep Chicago name out your fucking mouth. One of the most ignorant and motherfucking just totally unprofessional fucking politicians I've ever seen. You got all that time to do that shit. But you see your fucking city is burning, literally on fire. You killing the game in fucking violence. But I don't see you out in the streets on that. I don't see you going out to these neighborhoods and talking about this shit. All I see you doing is fucking whack ass press conferences. That's all I see. While you living your life up in the fucking Gold Coast, just doing your thing, being fabulous. While your city is burning. While people that look like you are dying. And it's the same criticism I had about Barack Obama. When his ass was in the White House for 8 years and the fucking city was fucking an inferno of violence for young black people, young black boys. And you did nothing. And say what you want to say. All you motherfuckers that hate Donald Trump and Donald Trump's a racist, Donald Trump is the worst motherfucker, fine. At least that motherfucker was willing to say, send in the fucking National Guard, send in the FBI. We gonna send in somebody because what's happening in Chicago is fucking ridiculous. At least he had the motherfucking balls to say that. Meanwhile, 100 plus motherfuckers and got shot over the past 3 weekends, 40 to 50 dead, and ain't nobody saying shit. Why this ain't on nobody's timeline? Motherfuckers got Juneteenth all over their timeline. Motherfuckers got their fist pumped and all that shit all over their timeline. But ain't nobody saying shit. Juneteenth, that's right. Texas was late. Okay. But y'all ain't got this on y'all timelines? Ain't nobody calling for help on your timelines with this? That's bullshit. And that lets me know and further proves my point of how people are full of shit. And all they want to do is be popular. All they want to do is get likes. And all they want to do is blame everybody else but their own fucking people for the situation that they're in. It's unbelievable. I saw a person on, I want to say Friday, post or Thursday. I saw 2 people actually post this. It was just, I knew what it was. And I said what I said. And I was right. I saw at least 2 people post on their page. It's Juneteenth, y'all. No violence this weekend. It's Juneteenth, y'all. Stop the killing just for this one day. And I put on both of them posts. Shit. Nigga, you don't know where the fuck you at. Stop living in these fucking bullshit ass fantasy worlds and live in reality. You think niggas give a fuck about Juneteenth? Apparently not. You think these niggas on the streets give a fuck about Father's Day? Apparently not. So when I hear a motherfucker talking about, yeah, we should defund the police. When I hear a motherfucker talking about, yeah, they could reallocate them funds, we can police ourselves. Then let me see y'all take care of this. And y'all tell this mother and this father what's gonna happen with this.
Breaking news from the West Side tonight, where a 3-year-old boy was shot and killed.
WGN's Gaynor Hall has the latest from West Suburban Hospital in Oak Park.
So Chicago police searching for a gunman tonight after a 3-year-old boy was shot and killed. His father.
And I'm telling you right now, for those of you who don't know about this shit, aside from the tragedy of what's happened here with this 3-year-old kid, you're going to see some shit that's going to happen live in the moment that's going to make it literally unbelievable. You're going to be like, nah, this shit can't be real. Just keep watching.
They're injured in the city's Austin neighborhood. Family members absolutely devastated, gathering outside West Suburban Medical Center tonight in Oak Park, where police have taped off the SUV the man was driving. The shooting happened before 6:30 tonight near Central and Huron.
We heard 6 shots, probably 6 to 8 shots going off. And at the time when the shots rang, we came outside, didn't see anything.
Someone inside a blue Honda opened fire on the man's car, and he drove himself to the hospital. Police say he suffered a graze wound to the abdomen but refused treatment. His 3-year-old son was shot in the back and pronounced dead.
With all that's
Now he got grazed and he refused treatment. What is that? Y'all tell me what y'all think that means. When a nigga gets shot and they refuse treatment, they don't go to the doctor, they don't want to go to the hospital. Tell me what that usually means. I'll wait. I know y'all a few seconds behind me, so I'll wait. I'll be respectful. I'll give you guys a chance. He's involved in some fuck shit. People who get shot by the police and they refuse treatment, they don't have shit to say. That means they know who was after them. That means they know they done did some fuck shit to somebody else, and that's why they got fucking shot. Yes, he's involved in some nefarious dealings, some nefarious business. That's exactly what that means. That's exactly what that means. So it lets you know that, hey, yeah, I may not have seen the shooters, but if I ain't seen them, I know the group that they belong to. I know who did it. I know what's going on. I know why I got shot at. That's why I don't want to go talk to the police. That's why I don't want no medical. I'm straight. I handle it. That's what that is.
what's going on, the racial tension.
He suffered a graze wound to the abdomen but refused treatment. His 3-year-old son was shot in the back and pronounced dead.
With all that's going on, the racial tension, the police brutality, the protests, what I'm asking, come on out here and protest on this west side and shut this west side down until we find out who discharged that weapon and took the life of this baby.
Now, he got a hell of a point. He got a hell of a point. Let me tell you something. You niggas literally burned the fucking city, looted the fucking city, rioted and protested all over the city. Y'all went out to the suburbs and fucked up shit. Y'all went downtown and fucked up shit. On the south side, y'all fucked up shit. Y'all literally decimated fucking the Roseland area, the south side. Y'all tore this shit up over a man none of you motherfuckers even knew, who's all the way over in another state. Everything that you niggas did, from tearing down the Walgreens, tearing up the Target, tearing up and setting on fire the Walmart, every store y'all could. Y'all robbed and pillaged, tore up banks and everything, hit the freight trains. Y'all did all this shit. in the name of George Floyd, a man none of you knew that died in a whole nother state. 3-year-old gets shot in the back, you niggas do nothing. 3-year-old gets shot in the back, ain't nobody on the streets. Ain't shit on fire. Ain't nobody demanding shit. Ain't nobody looking for these niggas. Ain't nobody trying to find these niggas. Ain't nobody marching for these niggas. Ain't nobody out here. Oh, but they are.
Type of information, anything that they saw. We have the detectives out here canvassing right now. So we're going to be asking for a lot of help from this community. We're going to be asking Austin to step up.
And about a half mile away from that scene tonight at Central and Fulton, there was another shooting.
Hey, by the school! He said by the school, he's going southbound!
Our cameras were rolling as police searched for the gunman. At least one man was injured there. It's unclear at this point if those shootings were related.
Did you hear that shit? Let me play it for your ass one more time. Let me play it for you one more again. Listen to this shit.
Another shooting.
We're going to be asking for a lot of help from
this
community. We're going to be asking Austin to step up.
And
while they are filming this shooting that took place where the 3-year-old died, listen to what happened.
About a half mile away from that scene,
half mile,
at Central and Fulton, there was another shooting.
Hey, by the school! He said by the school, he's going southbound!
Our cameras were rolling as police searched for the gunman. At least one man was injured there. It's unclear at this point if those shootings were related.
It's really tense.
Yes. Yes. Hear what they're saying, y'all. While they're processing the crime scene of a 3-year-old boy getting shot and killed, they get a call less than a half a mile away, which is why they responded, for another shooting where another man got shot. You can't make that shit up, man. You can't even write that shit in the goddamn movie or on a TV show. That's unheard of. You are processing the crime scene of a shooting that just took place. This ain't 4-5 hours later. It's still daylight outside. So you look at it. They said he got shot at like 6:30 in the evening. It don't start getting dark till about 8:30 at night. It's still fucking daylight outside. So that means within a 2-hour window, less than a half a mile away, another motherfucker done got shot in the same area. Less than a half a mile away.
And heated in this area, and we're just going to do the best we can. All the community activists and those that serve in crisis response, we're going to just do our best to just kind of get out and canvass and talk with people and see if we can, let cooler heads prevail.
So some incredibly tense scenes playing out tonight on the city's west side as Chicago police continue to investigate. For now, we're reporting from West Suburban Medical Center in Oak Park, Gaynor Hall, WGN News.
That's unheard of, man. That's unheard of. And my thing is this. Ain't nobody saying nothing? I feel like Nino Brown after the Carter got raided. I'm just saying, don't nobody know nothing? Ain't nobody saying nothing. It's like when Nino was on the rooftop with G Money. Keisha, dead. Dunham Man, dead. What are y'all doing? And if this doesn't, and my whole point in talking about this is, if this don't prove to you and just give you the show enough outright fact that this Black Lives Matter shit, it's all political. It ain't about us. It ain't about us. It ain't about us. It's about the political agenda that group has. That's it. That's it, y'all. And all of you niggas that's following this shit, posting this shit up on your social media pages, got the picture of the fist and the Black Lives Matter circle around it. You got pictures of your dumbasses with Black Lives Matter insignia around your face. This is what they do. No show, no call, no show. 60 niggas shot in one weekend of Juneteenth and Father's Day. The weekend before that, it was like 18 people shot. 18 murders in 24 hours or some shit like that. And then the week before that, which was Memorial Day weekend, it was the bloodiest, the most violent weekend in Chicago in over 60 fucking years. 60 years. Silence. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's protesting. Nobody's in the streets. Nobody's riding. Not a brick got thrown. Not a protester protested. Not a rioter rioted. And not a looter looted. Nobody did a goddamn thing. Which lets me know y'all all full of shit. Y'all all full of shit. And when people get mad at me because I post about them goddamn congressmen and fucking motherfuckers putting on fucking kente cloths and taking a knee for 8 minutes trying to talk about they supporting black lives, they not. They're not. You niggas got mad over Trump who was gonna have his rally on Juneteenth, but you ain't mad over 60 niggas getting shot on Juneteenth weekend? Y'all ain't mad about that? Do you realize I see more niggas post that hate Trump posting shit about Trump than I do see the very same niggas that live in this city and don't say shit about the shit that's going on in the city? You ain't shit. And I'm tired of it. Y'all the same niggas that's talking about, yeah, we should defund the police. Yeah, these police gotta go. Yeah, these cops ain't doing shit. These cops are killing us. They killing us and it's gonna stop today. 60 niggas dying, 60 niggas shot, 20 niggas dying, a 3-year-old shot, and ain't now none of you motherfuckers posted a goddamn thing. Ain't now one of you motherfuckers went live on a goddamn thing. And that's just why I be like, fuck y'all. That's why I know when I'm talking the shit I'm talking, I know I'm fucking right. Because while you motherfuckers sleep, while you motherfuckers eating your barbecue, while you motherfuckers eating your fried chicken and your watermelon, kicking back because it's Father's Day weekend, Juneteenth weekend, I'm up at 11 o'clock at night talking about this shit. And all you self-righteous motherfuckers who ain't never been on these streets, all you self-righteous motherfuckers who ain't never been up in the hood, all you self-righteous motherfuckers that's sitting up in your motherfucking north side apartments, sitting up in your highfalutin ass, affluent ass neighborhoods, cooling the fuck out tonight. I'm up talking about the shit that's going on in your fucking city. So yes, I take offense when you motherfuckers talk about, yeah, we should defund the police. These police done did too much. Yeah, we can't breathe. Well, who the fuck breathing now? Because it's 10 people that's dead in Juneteenth weekend alone. With over 60 shot. And mind you, it's just now hitting 12 o'clock. So I guarantee you, it's at least a few more niggas that done got shot in this time frame. So you tell me then. You tell me what movement you really with. You motherfuckers can sit up and pontificate and come up with these long ass posts about what's going on with black folks, how we tired. It's been 400 years, how it's been 155 years since Juneteenth, and we still ain't free. You talk about how sometimes rioting is necessary. Martin Luther King said it himself. Martin Luther King said a lot of shit, niggas. Stop picking and choosing the little shit you want and look at his whole fucking message. Now, all you niggas that's been talking all that shit, where y'all at now? I tell you where you at now. You at home sleep. You at home on the internet. You at home watching TV. You watching your favorite program. You're getting high. You're sucking a dick. You're fucking. You're doing whatever the fuck else you want to do because you don't really give a shit. But then the minute somebody talk about the police, the motherfuckers who put their lives on the line, the motherfuckers who go out there and work 10, 12, 14, 16, 18-hour shifts, the motherfuckers who actually go out there every day and police the very same neighborhoods you niggas talk about but won't go into. Yeah, we need to take money away from them. Yeah, we need to. We do need to put more money into community into community outreach and take money from that department. Right. So who gonna go solve this murder then once we defund the police? Who gonna go and do the canvassing for the 60 motherfuckers that got shot this weekend alone? Who gonna do that? Y'all ain't. I don't see y'all out there in the streets with no pad, no pen, asking your neighbors what happened, asking your neighbors for information. Ain't none of you niggas doing that. I gotta drink this Hino. I got wine in the refrigerator. I ain't going out there tonight, girl. Girl, no. I'm gonna get this wine and I'm gonna call that nigga to come over here and knock this box out. Where are the social workers that are so passionate about taking care of the community at when this shit happens? Exactly. And just like Smokey said, and that's why I be like, fuck Hector.
Everybody's cool. He said everybody's cool. He's going southbound.
The sounds of gunshots
Pow, 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 pow.
and sirens echoed through Chicago.
So they just loaded him up
On a violent weekend.
and called it gang war, drug related.
A weekend that saw at least 61 shootings and 9 homicides, including the killing of 3-year-old Mekhi James,
We heard 6 shots, probably 6 to 8 shots going off.
who witnesses say was in a car with his...
And I haven't heard the mother say this boy's name, because in me knowing hood lingo and the hood speak, I'm almost wanting to bet that this boy's name is spelled Mekhi, but I'm almost certain that this boy's name is pronounced Mekhi. It's just something about it. It looks like it's spelled like McCain. I don't know, it could be. But me knowing hood niggas, I want to say if I had to bet, I'd put my chips on Mekhi. That's all I'm saying. But we'll see.
Father in the South Austin neighborhood.
The kid had got hit in the car, and they drove the kid straight to West Suburban.
The child was pronounced dead. Police say the 27-year-old father was the intended target, and he is not cooperating with detectives.
You hear that shit? There you go. He is not cooperating with detectives. He was the intended target. There it is. Whoa, there it is. There it is, baby. That nigga shit. You see, there you go again with this nigga shit. In your fucking hood, yeah. But let's be real. Y'all ain't doing this shit for nothing. No. You niggas broke, and you a joke, and you talk shit. What you think these niggas is dying? Yoo-hoo, you keep dying. Woo-hoo. So what more you want? What more do you want? That's all these niggas is doing. Don't know shit, ain't talking to nobody, ain't saying shit, but be the main motherfuckers talking about this gotta stop happening. We can't have this. Now watch these niggas have a GoFundMe up and watch these motherfuckers all be falling out in a week from now going to this little boy's funeral. Watch they be talking about, can you just come forward? Just come and just turn yourself in. I know it. Everybody gonna have on t-shirts. Everybody gonna talk about how this little angel done got his wings. Everybody gonna have airbrush shirts. They gonna have a bunch of teddy bears and shit out where he got shot at. But the daddy ain't talking to the police and ain't nobody saying shit. Come on now. Come on here now. Ain't nobody mad about that shit? Ain't nobody saying, well, wait a minute now, motherfucker. Come on now. The fuck you think this is? Now? I did not try to do that. I'm just saying, man. When are we gonna stop this shit?
Y'all doing? Can I leave you with a card?
This morning, community activist Andrew Holmes canvassed the neighborhood seeking information on the suspect.
Block by block, let's find the shooter.
Holmes, who also lost a child to violence, was shaken by the toddler's killing.
But excuse my language, it take a damn fool to discharge that weapon. Happy Father's Day to you! Now what you gonna do?
The outrage over a toddler being shot and killed brought pastors and community activists out to the block where it happened Sunday to denounce the violence.
It would be an ultimate contradiction to pastor in this neighborhood and not say a word about a 3-year-old who can't defend himself and cannot speak for himself.
Several community groups raised $10,000 as a reward for information leading to the suspect's arrest. About an hour after the toddler was shot, just blocks away, two men were shot, one of them fatally.
2 more.
And an hour after that, about a half a mile away, 3 teenagers were shot, including a 13-year-old girl who was killed. Police say she was in her home simply watching.
Do y'all hear this shit? Do y'all hear this shit? Listen to this one more time.
Half a mile away, 3 teenagers were shot. 2 men were shot. After the toddler was shot,
let's count.
Just blocks away, 2 men were shot, one of them fatally. And an hour after that, about a half a mile away, 3 teenagers were shot, including a 13-year-old girl who was killed. Police say she was in her home simply watching TV.
The bullet goes through the window, striking her in the neck and causing her death.
And in South Shore, a 17-year-old boy and a 16-year-old boy were killed near 79th and South Uella Avenue after they had gone to the corner store.
This offender runs up with a gun and shoots and kills 2 of these guys for no reason at all.
The police superintendent says there's a common thread in all the violence.
Gangs, guns, and drugs. And no consequences when Chicago cops make arrests. Let's keep.
And Chicago police say they have their hands full trying to solve all
7 people in just that time frame of that shooting of that 3-year-old boy. 7 more people. 2 out of that 7, I'm sorry, was it 3 out of that 7? Dead. Dead. Let me count it again. Make sure I'm right.
Leading to the suspect's arrest. About an hour after the toddler was shot, just blocks away, 2 men were shot, one of them fatally.
1 died.
And an hour after that, about a half a mile away, 3 teenagers were shot, including a 13-year-old girl who was killed. Police say she was in her home simply watching TV.
The bullet goes through the window, striking her in the neck and causing her death.
And in South Shore, a 17-year-old boy and a 16-year-old boy were killed near 79th.
Both of them
and
was
South
killed.
Uella
I'm sorry.
Avenue after they had gone to the
That's
corner
4.
store.
This offender runs up with a gun.
That's 4. In that time frame, 4 more got killed. 13-year-old girl, 16-year-old boy, 17-year-old boy, dead. And another man. So what? And that led to my one of my titles of the post that I put up. So do Black Lives really matter in Chicago? Or maybe they just matter everywhere else? Maybe they only matter. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to rephrase that question. Black Lives matter only when it's a police officer, specifically, well, a white police officer, when one died. When a black life is taken by a white police officer, that's when Black Lives matter. When 4 niggas get killed within a 2-hour time frame, then those don't matter. When 7 people get shot in a 2-hour time frame, those Black lives don't matter. When 60 plus get shot, 10 are dead in a weekend of Juneteenth and Father's Day, they don't matter because ain't nobody saying nothing. Ain't no the $1 billion political organization that is has been out in the streets for weeks on end is a no-show for Chicago Juneteenth weekend. And don't nobody have a problem with that? Ain't nobody gonna call George Soros. Ain't nobody gonna protest to George Soros. Ain't nobody gonna go, hey, Mayor Lori Lightfoot, what the fuck? Ain't nobody gonna protest at the mayor's office. Ain't nobody gonna protest down at I'm quite sure that if Congressman Bobby Rush can call about the police officers taking a motherfucking hiatus in his office, I'm quite sure that he would be making a call to the mayor about this shit. I'm quite sure that he would be talking to his fellow congressmen about this shit. I'm just saying. Just saying.
And shoots and kills 2 of these guys for no reason at all.
The police superintendent says there's a common thread in all the violence.
Gangs, guns, and drugs. And no consequences when Chicago cops make arrests. Let's keep.
And Chicago police say they have their hand.
Now, whose fault is that? No consequences when who makes arrests? The people? Oh, that's right. All these people are being brought in on. Oh no, they're not being brought in by citizens arrest. Nope, they're not. Nope. Right.
Hands full trying to solve all of these cases. They are asking anyone with any information to contact detectives.
Anybody with information to contact detectives. You would think in this type of situation that there would be plenty of people contacting, plenty of people reaching out, talking to the police, getting the community together, telling who did it, telling who shot, because this happened in broad daylight. You would think there would be plenty of people that would be doing this. With this being Black Lives Matter, with this being Juneteenth weekend, with this being Father, you would think everybody would be on their porches, on their social media, out looking and patrolling and talking to and helping, trying to get the police to bring these people to justice. Don't we want justice? Ain't that what we marching for in the streets? Ain't that what we protested for? Ain't that what we burned down the liquor stores for? Ain't that what we rioted the Targets for? Didn't we burn down and set on fire all this stuff in Chicago, broke these windows, robbed the banks? Didn't we do all of that for situations like this to where we can get justice? Or we got to wait till a white police officer kill a 3-year-old. That's what we got to do. Maybe that's what we got to wait on. We got to wait on a white police officer to kill another black kid. Then we'll get in an uproar over that. Yep. That's what it takes. Yep. Now, am I saying to the assholes that's probably going to try to allude to it, let me clear that up right now. Am I saying that also the fact that a white police officer kills a black man, that don't matter to you? Nope, never said that. I never said that. Not at all. Not once have you ever said that. You've seen the work I've done. You've seen the videos I've done. You've seen the shows I've had about these white police officers that killed this black brother. You absolutely have seen it. You've seen me talk about and actually go and have a what do I want to say? Go after Candace Owens about the shit they said about George Floyd. Talked about the shit that Brandon Tatum, who tried to defend Candace Owens, about the shit he said about George Floyd. You've seen that. So you can't say, oh, he's just one of them guys. He's just on their side, period. Nope. You can see plenty of videos on my channels about when the police get it wrong and how I dog their ass. Or as y'all young folks say, how I drag their ass on the internet. Plenty of times. But how about this? It's more niggas that's dying by the hands of niggas than it is by white police officers or police officers, period. Way more. Way more. What did they say in 2019? 1,000 people died from police, from the police? 1,000? Total. 325 million people. 1,000. All right, let's say, well, you know them numbers for my numbers people. Well, you know them numbers don't be right, and them numbers be skewed sometimes, and they don't tell the right numbers. Okay, let's make it 10,000. That still don't add up to the 94% of black folks that's killed by black folks in this country by violence. So you're talking about that 0.01% versus, yeah, way too damn much. How about that for a percentage? How about way the fuck more as a percentage? How about too goddamn much as a percentage? How about that? He ain't even did nothing, no. He ain't even had no gun, no. He ain't even do nothing, no. Okay. How about this, though? What that 3-year-old do? Who that 3-year-old piss off? Who did that 3-year-old shoot? What kind of record did that 3-year-old have? The 13-year-old girl who at home watching TV, who she fuck with? How you charge that up to the streets? But ain't nobody outraged about that? Right. As I say all the time, get the fuck out of my face on the internet with that shit. And that's just that. Now, I want to read these stories real quick and talk about exactly what is going on, because this actually gives some good numbers. So let's do this. I'm going to turn that off. And I don't know why that's not showing up. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Shit, I'm like, wait, why is this not showing up? I didn't have it selected. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and let's turn this off. Shootings, bam. And then we are going to turn this on. I'm like, wait a minute, where the hell is my page at? I know what the hell was going on, but we got it. All right, so without further ado, and make sure y'all click that like button. Those of you that are watching, click the like button for your boy. And if it does please you at all, click the subscribe button and click that donate button. So let's check this out. Let's walk this back. 18 murders in 24 hours. Inside the most violent day in 60 years in Chicago. Let's see what this out. This was published on June 8th, 2020. A hardworking father killed just before 1 a.m. A West Side high school student murdered 2 hours later. A man killed amid South Side looting at a cell phone store at 12:30 p.m. A college freshman who hoped to become a correctional officer gunned down at 4:25 p.m. after getting into an argument in Inglewood. While Chicago was roiled by another, I didn't know what that word means. What is that, a word? Royal? Let me look that up. Shit. I didn't know that was a word. I done learned some shit today. Let me see what that is. Royal. R-O-I-L-E-D. That is a word. Royal. Let's do that. Make annoyed or irritated. Literary term is make a liquid turbid or muddied by disturbing the settlement. I got it. Wind roils these waters. Okay. Or make this, in this context, I guess it's saying make someone annoyed or irritated. Wow. While Chicago was roiled by another day of protests and looting in the wake of George Floyd's murder, 18 people were killed Sunday, May 31st. Making it the single most violent day in Chicago in 6 decades. 18 people, one day. One dude killed because he was suffocated for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Nation is in an uproar. Get it. Cool with it. 18 people dead. One day. One day in Chicago. Crickets. in Chicago in 6 decades. According to the University of Chicago Crime Lab, the lab's data doesn't go back further than 1961. So I'm quite sure it was probably longer than that, but that's only as far as only as far back as the data goes. They just started keeping that stat in 1961. Isn't that something? All right, let's go ahead. From 7 p.m. Friday, May 29th through 11 p.m. Sunday, May 31st, 25 people were killed in the city, with another 85 wounded by gunfire. 25 people killed, 85 niggas shot in 2 days? I'm sorry, 3 days. 29th, 30th, and the 31st. 3 days. 25 dead, 85 shot. Do y'all hear these numbers? Do you hear me? Are you listening to me? I know niggas ain't gonna know what movie that's from, but that is fucking mind-boggling. One weekend, man. One weekend. Let's keep going. In a city, according to data by Chicago Sun-Times, in a city with an international reputation for crime, where 900 murders per year were common in the early 1990s. That's the era I grew up in. City was popping. Yeah. It was the most violent weekend in Chicago's modern history, stretching police resources that we want to defund that were already thin because of protests and looting. So as the protesting and looting in the name of George Floyd took place, 25 shot, 85 wounded. Okay. We've never seen anything like it at all, said Max Capustin, I guess. Capustin. All right. The senior research director at the crime lab. I don't even know how to put it into context. It's beyond anything we've ever seen before. The next highest murder total for a single day was on August 4th, 1991, when 13 people were killed in Chicago, according to the crime lab. So here's my thing, y'all. And y'all, and a lot of people, especially in Chicago, let me explain to you what's happened to y'all. You've seen it so much that y'all have gotten desensitized to it. Over these past 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years of the numbers steady going, steady climbing, the mentioning of the death totals every weekend, you've heard it so much that it's not even shocking to us anymore. It's not even shocking anymore. It's literally just become the number. That's all it's become now. It's a number to most of the people in Chicago. It's happened so much, and because nobody's doing anything about it, you are getting desensitized to it to where you're even starting to function in it. And that's what's scary. If this happened in any other city in the entire country, it would be an uproar. There would be all kind of police task force. There would be all kind of resources being allocated to this. These are numbers that are of an epic proportion. You talking about 85 people in one city shot in a 3-day weekend. There is no justification for that. And then to be followed up 2 weeks later by another 60. That's insane. The Reverend Michael Flager, a longtime crusader against gun violence who leads St. Sabina Church in Auburn Gresham, that's an area in Chicago, and this is a Catholic church, said it was open season last weekend in his neighborhood and others on the south side and west side. On Saturday, and particularly Sunday, I heard people saying all over, hey, there's no police anywhere. Police ain't doing nothing, Flager said. I sat and watched a store looted for an hour, he added. No police came. I got in my car and drove around to some other places getting looted and didn't see police anywhere. Mayor Lori Lightfoot said on May 31st alone, Chicago's 911 emergency center received 65,000 calls for all types of service, 50,000 more than on a usual day. So to all my wonderful defunders out there, who the fuck takes care of that? Who responds to that? Social workers? Do we have enough social workers on hand that can respond to 50,000 extra additional calls? So fuck the 15,000 that usually come in. We're talking about an additional 50,000. Who the fuck responds to those? I'll wait. Community outreach? The people? Right. Flager said the systemic problems that have plagued minority communities for decades, like joblessness, food security, insecurity, and lack of housing, already were heightened by the COVID-19 outbreak, which he said made a bad situation worse. So to all of my shelter in place and stay home as long as we can, you see what the hell happened? Niggas got cabin fever. Because ain't no young boys dying from COVID. Ain't no young girls dying from COVID. That's why I said everybody needs to be open. The only people that need to stay indoors are those people that are high risk. All the rest of you motherfuckers need to take y'all asses back to work and need to go back out into the world. Staying your ass at home is not a way of life, and it is not a sustainable way of life for ourselves as people and as an economy. We need to be around each other. We need human contact and human interaction. There's only so much a Zoom, a Skype, and a fucking FaceTime can do. StreamYards don't connect us like personal interactions do. Floyd's killing in Minnesota simply brought further to the fore the hopelessness and anger. I guess that's supposed to be to the forefront. Felt by those living in blighted communities, added Flager, who said the current unrest reminds him of rioting that broke out when Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. The thing is this. We got to fix it. Check out the justice and how they run it. But anyway, when you're talking about how these people are in their communities, when you have people that are in poverty, people that are fucking not working, they don't have jobs, they don't have any type of resources, it all amounts to stress, PTSD, whatever you want to call it. And the first reason or opportunity they get to act out, they will. If you notice, niggas was still out in the streets, and nobody said a goddamn thing when all these niggas was out in the streets looting and rioting about COVID. So that lets you know it's a game. It's an experiment. It's a test. COVID is going to spike up. COVID is going to go around. You can't stop it. Let me explain something to y'all, and don't take my word for it. Look this shit up. A virus never goes away. That's why it's 19 versions of COVID, at least that we know of. Viruses never go away. They never do. So, with that being said, staying your ass in the house ain't gonna get rid of the COVID. It's not gonna get rid of it. You won't beat it staying your ass in the house. If you high risk, you are minimizing your risk of getting it, which is totally understandable and makes sense. Everybody else, you need to be out interacting. And it sounds crazy, but you need to catch it. Why? So we can build up antibodies to it. Because staying in the house, and look this up, it's a medical fact, staying your ass in the house and breathing in your own germs and not exchanging bacteria with other humans, it weakens your immune system, which makes you more susceptible and more vulnerable to other diseases, other viruses. it makes you more susceptible. It makes you weaker. So everybody wearing these fucking fashion masks because they're not N95 masks and they don't fucking stop COVID. You are dumbasses. If you ain't wearing an N95 mask, you're a dumbass. I'm telling you, it doesn't work. You wearing a mask, but your hands, your eyes, and everything else that you touching. So I got on this mask and I'm walking around. And then I'm opening up doors and I get hot because I got on the mask. And what do? Whoo, man, it's hot wearing this mask. Whoo, I got to take this mask off with the same fucking hand. If your hands are touching any mucous membrane, there's the exchange, man. People ain't going around coughing on each other. Now, I know some dumbass gonna say, yeah, I saw a video, though, of this woman coughing on this. Yeah, but everybody ain't doing the shit, dumbasses. Is that the word for it, Sylvester M? Herd immunity? Sounds good. We need, and go and look it up. Don't take my word for it. You will see doctors tell you we need to be around each other. Just like with chicken pox. Chicken pox at one time was wiping motherfuckers out. At another time, if you catch it when you're older, I think if you're over 20 and you get it, or over 18 or some shit like that, you get it, you can die from it. So you know what the doctor said? When you're a kid, you need to get it. Because your immune system as a child will beat the shit so that once you get it, you will never get it again and you're good. You're now immune to it. That's a fact. I'm not fucking lying and I'm not making that shit up. There are people who are approaching, when they are approaching becoming an adult and they have chicken pox, they have not had chicken pox, a doctor will tell you, if you have anybody or you know anybody that has it, you need to go and be around them. Hug them, kiss them, whatever the fuck. You need to get it. Because if you get it when you're 25, you might fuck around and die from it. So don't take what I'm saying. Oh, he just talking shit. He don't know what the fuck he say. He ain't no doctor. I'm not. But I have common sense. Just saying. You need to be exchanging germs and bacteria. It is a good thing. Especially if you're not high risk. Now, yes, you got emphysema, asthma, motherfucking high blood pressure, diabetes, whatever the fuck else you want to add on to it, cardiovascular disease. You got all that shit. Stay your punk ass in the house. Get you a real N95 mask. Keep you some gloves on. Wash your hands. All that shit. Don't let no nurse come over to your house. Take care of your goddamn self. Make sure you sanitize. Yes, you need to be buying hand sanitizer and rubbing the shit all over if you need to. Whatever you got to do. Because you are high risk. Everybody else, especially the young, get your ass out there and get this shit. So when your ass get older, you ain't got to worry about this shit because you already got the antibodies for it. Oh, it's like a time bomb out here, Flager said. People are on the edge. People are angry. People are poor, and they don't know when it's going to change. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Have you not noticed this little fact? Let me send this out to all of us, all of you Democratic supporters that vote Democrat just because you're black. Have you ever taken a notice that all of the inner cities, which have high concentrations of black folks, have you noticed that all the ones that are democratically ran are the ones where most people are suffering? They're the poorest. The black folks. Let's not take the white folks and all the other shit out of it. Let's just talk black folks. Every major city that has a high population of black folks that's democratically ran, They're the ones with the most violence, the most gun violence. They have the strictest gun laws. And they got the most people that's out of work, the most people that's struggling, the most ghettos that where everybody is dying, the most people are suffering in those areas. That's a fact. Look it up. Get on your Googles. Get on your Edge. Whatever you need to do, go look it up. Chicago, Democrat. Detroit, Democrat. LA, Democrat. That's a common denominator. Just saying, it's a common denominator. And yes, you have people that are thriving, but when you're talking about black people as a whole, as a majority, in the hoods, in the ghettos, Dallas, the niggas there are suffering. They are suffering. Look at Chicago, democratically ran. Look at the hoods, beyond fucked up, and ain't getting no better. Baltimore, thank you. Oakland, just look at them. Don't take my word for it. Don't believe shit I say. What I'm saying is just the talking points I get from Fox News. What I'm talking about is the grifter's playbook. Just look. Houston, where they tell the motherfucking criminals, please y'all, while the COVID is going on. The fucking mayor of Houston got on live TV and said, please criminals, stop committing crime while we doing the shelter in place. Cause the police ain't responding to these petty calls. So y'all just chill, time out. And then once the COVID is over, then y'all can start committing crimes again. New Orleans, Seattle. These niggas done let some motherfuckers take over the area. And have you seen the video footage of that area? You seen the video footage of what's going on in Seattle? In that little zone they got? What is it? They changed it from Chaz to Chot, I think it is. C-H-O-T. You look at that shit and you see it's filthy. It's fucked up. They said it's such a high influx of crime, sexual assault, fucking violence. Yeah, CHOP. That's what's happening there. No police. We just let you have it and you run it and you see what's going on. Just saying. When you look at all of that and you see all that stuff that's happening, look at the common denominators. What is it? Capitol Hill organized protests. Get the fuck out my face. That shit is stupid. Let me go ahead and get through this, man. If immediate action isn't taken to address the systemic racism, poverty, and black folks being shot down and killed out here like dogs, Flager said the last weekend in May will merely serve as a coming attraction to what's going to happen next. I tell you this, Flager, you're right about that bottom part, but that top part, that ain't got shit to do with systemic racism. That's niggas wilding the fuck out and ain't nobody saying shit. It ain't systemic racism that got two niggas shooting at another nigga and his son in the car. That ain't systemic. Ain't shit systemic about that. A 3-year-old getting shot in the back, that ain't got shit to do with systemic. That's nigga shit. That's niggas fucking with other niggas, pissing off other niggas, shooting at other niggas, and his son paid the price for it. That's what that is. And I'm so tired of everybody trying to blame the fuck shit that we do in our own neighborhoods to each other. We even gonna blame that on the white man. We gonna blame that on the system. No, you need to blame that shit on these single mamas, these ain't shit bitches that's having these kids. You need to blame it on these ain't shit niggas that's having these kids. You need to blame it on these motherfuckers that ain't talking to the police and ain't doing shit in their own fucking communities. You need to blame it on their asses. Cause I'm the same niggas that be like snitches get stitches. We ain't talking to the police. We don't need the police. Them be the same motherfuckers. And then when the police do come to your neighborhood and they do try to police and they do try to get you, you motherfuckers don't want to fucking do anything to help them. But you'll sit up there and twerk. You are about to lose your job. Get this dance. You are about to lose your job. You are about to lose your job because you are detaining me for nothing. We're jammed to that shit. We're going to post that shit. Bitch, I need some Henny and a plan B. Bitch, I need some Henny and a plan B. Bitch, I need some Henny and a plan B. All that goes viral. Laugh out loud, laughing my black ass off. LOL. These motherfuckers so funny. Oh, hell no. That's what you do. That's what we do. But meanwhile, most homicide victims in Chicago are young, black men, and the suspects are too. Ain't that something? Ain't this some shit? Pulled up in the CADILL, bumping AC blows, AP throws, PIMP, and they think that automatically, cause these are pimpies gotta be full of that. MONE. But why? Cause niggas be sporting nice cars and fancy clothes. Shout out to my nigga B-Lo. But did you hear that? Young black men are the victims and the suspects. You would think that their black lives wouldn't matter? Just a little bit? Just a little bit. You would think that. But murders have fallen significantly in recent years. Along with the police-involved shootings, there were 764 murders and 12 fatal police-involved shootings in 2016, compared with 492 murders and 3 fatal police-involved shootings last year. Did you hear that? One more time. Here go the numbers. Police-involved shootings, you had 12 in 2016. 764 was just niggas dead. 2016. Last year, 3 compared to 492. And 80% of the murders in Chicago go unsolved. How about that? How about that? Tell me what is the most important one of those numbers. 764 versus 12. 492 versus 3. Are you fucking kidding me? Versus 3. Last year. Not 20 years ago. Not all, but I was way back then, though. We talking last year, y'all. Everybody who's sitting and talking about, we tired of this. We tired of these police killing our black brothers. Well, are you more concerned about the 3? Or should you be more concerned about the 490 fucking 2? This is a fucking no-brainer. And my thing is that's so fucking appalling and so fucking shocking. When you give niggas them numbers, they don't have shit to say. Yeah, but. That's all a nigga can say. Cold hard facts. Factual statistical data that shows you how much police are killing niggas in one city. Well, a lot of niggas are dying. 492 compared to 3. let me see, man. I would probably, just me, I'm not the smartest man. I don't have 50 degrees, even though, I don't have that. But I would just say, if I have 492 versus 3, my attention would be on 492, then 3. That's just how life would work. If somebody said, hey, I can give you $3 or I can give you $492, I think I'm going to want the 492. If somebody tells me, hey, you can have either 3 of these or 492 of these, I think I would want the 492. If they tell me, hey, niggas are dying, we need to stop it, 492 of them are done by other niggas. 3 are done by police. I'm going to say, well, you know what? That's 495 deaths too many, but let's focus on the group that's causing 492. That's just me. I'm just saying, like I said, I'm not the smartest man. I'm not, far from it. But I'm just saying. Just saying. Come on, man. Let's go ahead and get through this. The level of activity experienced over the last week has been unprecedented, and the department is actively investigating multiple incidents across the city and working to determine the motives in these cases. Chicago police spokesman Thomas Ahern said in a statement, the department is actively working to seek justice for all the residents impacted, especially those who have been killed or injured by the senseless acts of violence. Ahern said, or Ahern, I don't know, said after increased violent and criminal activity on Saturday, May 30th, police canceled days off for all of the officers and placed them on 12-hour shifts to direct our full force of manpower towards Chicago neighborhoods, particularly on the south and west sides. Oh, so wait a minute. The motherfuckers that y'all say we need to defund, the same motherfuckers y'all said we don't need them, the same motherfuckers that said it's too much of them, we need to scale back on them, the very same motherfuckers y'all forced to work 12-hour shifts, and you took away any fucking off days or vacation that they had planned? Are you fucking kidding me? So you see why the fuck I went off on my Facebook when the motherfuckers talked that defunding the police shit? Because niggas is cool with that. That's all good. Yeah, we should do that. Oh, that just come with the job. Don't be the police then. Oh, but we want to take money and resources from them. Because at the end of the day, anybody that tries to tell you, well, defunding means we can have people do the lesser crimes will be done by this other security group, and then the major crimes will be done by the police. Bullshit ain't about nothing but bullshit. If 80% of the murders are going unsolved in the goddamn city already, you taking money away from them to allocate towards some other fucking social social outreach programs or whatever the fuck you want to call it, or social workers, you taking money away from them officers, it's going to mean less policing. Period. Anybody that try to tell you different, they're a dumbass. And they fucking insulting your intelligence. I know what the fuck defunding means. If I have this amount of funds to fund my department already, and I take away these funds, that means I have to take away programs. That means I have to take away officers and people out of those departments. Plain and simple. You can try to slice and dice that shit and pretty it up and put a bunch of whipped cream and a cherry on top if you want to, but underneath all that whipped cream and cherries is a shit pie. I can smell it and I don't have to bite it or taste it to know that it is. Defunding the police don't necessarily mean that the police, it would be less policing. The fuck it don't. But when shit get thick, when shit hits the fan, oh, we'll just cancel all of their off days so they can't go. So I can't go spend time with my family. I can't go enjoy the holiday with my fucking loved ones. I can't go do anything with my kids. I can't do nothing at all but be on the same streets to get spit on, piss thrown at, bleach thrown at, shot at, fucking spit, kicked, all kind of pops, juice, beverages, whatever the fuck you can find. I get to have that thrown at me. I get my fucking police car fucking destroyed. I get fucking police cars set on fire, turned over, bricks, rocks, sticks, everything else under the fucking sun that a motherfucker can hurl at me. I gotta get all of that. For fucking an extended period of time where I gotta work a 12-hour shift now. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So you want to defund my department, and then you want to make me work longer hours. You want to cancel my fucking vacation and my off time. For what? For the same group of motherfuckers you say you really don't need and needs reform and need to change. They need to be tore the fuck down. The fuck out my face. Man, please. It's beyond stupid. Positive influence slain. The weekend's death toll includes 21-year-old Gregory Lewis, one of 6 people killed May 30th. Lewis was gunned down early morning while riding in a vehicle on the 500 block of East 115th Street. That's, yep, in my old neighborhood. Yep. Mustafa Abdullah, Lewis's former dean of Excel Academy of Roseland, area, spoke glowingly of his former student, who he described as a positive influence, a leader for a time served as the vice president of the school's student government. He was very helpful in de-escalating any situations that had potential to kind of escalate into anything further, Abdullah said. He was a really good kid. Abdullah said he had a unique relationship with Lewis in addition to joking around and busting on each other. They, I guess, capping. Lewis also helped Abdullah acclimate to life in Chicago as he was still adjusting after moving from Philadelphia. We still, is that him right there? I guess so. Yep. Yeah, there's the guy the kid right there. Goddamn shame, man. We would sit and talk in my office for hours just about life, he said. So just kind of schooling me on the ins and outs of Chicago, the do's and don'ts, just kind of what the young people are going through today as far as neighborhood situations or whatever the case may be. In recent years, Abdullah fell out of touch with Lewis, but said he knew his former student was trying to launch a rap career. On Thursday, Abdullah finally recalled a school trip to Washington, D.C. that he and Lewis went on together. The pair spent the bus ride down, poking fun at each other, which served as a constant source of entertainment for the other students for the ride. Once in the capital, the group toured the historical sites and museums and took in Washington Wizards game. All right. And they talking about everybody else that got shot. Shot after her own I ain't gonna go into all of these. Shot after her own graduation party. No Black Lives Matter. Police attention diverted. Expert. Great deal of anxiety. Look at this shit, man. All these people killed while visiting. Shots fired during looting. All the peaceful protesters, huh? 2 students among the victims. Look at this shit. And that's just a handful of the people that got shot. So check this out. Chicago sees this most violent day in 60 years. Chicago recorded 18 murders on May 31st, making it the city's deadliest in 60 years. Oh, wait, I thought that was the one for this weekend. 82 shot, 22 fatally over Chicago. That was 8. Well, that number went up, 85 and 25. We never seen anything like it since 91. Yep, we saw that. Yep. I think that was it. Yeah. Oh, that's right, because the other story had all that information in it. Yeah. All right, so I ain't even got to read that one. And then this is the one with the toddler here.
Today is typically a day where fathers celebrate the bond between a parent and a child. Unfortunately, for many Chicago dads, this weekend will forever be marked by what these murderers have taken from them.
This weekend, 3-year-old Mekhi James had just got a fresh haircut with his stepfather.
The child was riding in the back seat of a vehicle when another vehicle approached in traffic and opened fire. The child died an hour later.
Less than a mile away, 13-year-old Amaria Jones watching a TV show inside her Austin home.
This girl was watching television when shots rang out, striking her in the neck. She died 30 minutes later.
And 2 teenage boys walking home after picking up candy at a South Shore store.
They asked their mom, can we just go down to the store? It couldn't have been more than a half a block away.
This is what all 4 children were doing this weekend, just moments before a person shot and killed these innocent lives.
These kids are not criminals, they're not gang members, they have nothing to do with the ongoing disputes out there, and they just get gunned down for no reason at all.
Victim and crisis advocate Andrew Holmes spent the afternoon with the families of these children.
They're hurting. They can't walk. They can't breathe because they're looking at their child and they want to pick the child up.
As their loved ones had to identify their bodies at the medical examiner's office.
They sitting there and they're crying. They just want their baby. They want their babies to get up. And these individuals that are discharging these weapons don't have a clue of what they're sending these families through.
Tonight, Chicago police investigators working around the clock to find their killers. CPD released this surveillance video of a person they believe who shot and killed the 2 teenage boys in the South Shore neighborhood. The individual caught on camera walking with a noticeable limp. Community leaders and police asking for the public's help in all cases.
These are children. These are babies. My hope is that this code of silence in the community will be broken.
For God's sake, help Chicago cops protect our precious children and our families.
Earlier today, several members of Chicago's faith-based communities called for Chicagoans to step up. Tonight, there are multiple rewards of up to $12,000 for anyone who turns these people in, and you can report any tips to CPD anonymously.
And there you have it. There you have it. This is crazy, man. This was the other story here about the 3-year-old and 3 teens. Neighbors outraged as a toddler, 3 teens killed in weekend violence. This is a horrific Father's Day. This 3-year-old baby lost his life. I think that's pretty much the same thing. Yep. Hill driver passed by the corner and yelled support, put the guns down. Right. Reference recent George Floyd protests against police brutality and voiced concerns about the safety of black youth in Chicago. Exactly. We say Black Lives. Oh no, I gotta read this. Hold on. Yeah. All right, so let's take a look at this. Let's go ahead and let's do this one. I want to read this. Let's blow that up a little bit. Just a little bit more. There we go. So neighbors congregated on a corner of the 600 block of North Central Avenue on Sunday afternoon to denounce the weekend's overnight violence, including the shooting death of 3-year-old Mekhi James. See, I told you. I bet this is the correct spelling. I bet that is the correct spelling of this kid. All right, of Mekhi James. A line was crossed, or they spelled it the way that they heard it pronounced. A line was crossed, said the Reverend Ira Acree of Greater St. John Bible Church. This is a horrific Father's Day. This 3-year-old baby lost his life. I could not pastor this community and not say something. Joined by other faith and community leaders, neighbors filled the sidewalk to remember and mourn the children's death. A driver passed by the corner of the street and yelled in support of the city to put the guns down. Okay. Acree referenced recent George Floyd protests against police brutality and voiced concerns about the safety of black youth in Chicago. We say Black Lives Matter, but we're here to say black baby lives matter more, he said. Yeah. At a Sunday news conference on the weekend violence, Chicago Police Superintendent David Brown said at least 61 people have been shot in the city through Sunday, and as of Sunday morning, 8 young people had been shot, 4 fatally. Brown, along with the chief of detectives, Brendan Denahan, urged anyone with information on any of these cases to come forward. Good men throughout this city should be celebrating with their families on a beautiful day, But instead, a number of Chicagoans will be spending Father's Day grieving the loss of their children, Brown said. Brown repeatedly called for keeping violent offenders in jail longer and revamping the home monitoring program. I put myself in that house, holding that little girl as she struggles to breathe, Brown said. I put myself in that hospital, clutching a baby with a bullet hole. Tears are a natural reaction to these tragic stories of violence, but we need to do more than just cry. Let's keep violent offenders in jail longer, and let's revamp the home monitoring program. It's not working. Brown said he was thinking of residents in the affected community. Bullets don't just tear apart the things they strike, Brown says. Bullets also tear apart families. Bullets destroy neighborhoods, and they ruin any sense of safety in a community. You're right about that. Mekhi was riding in the back seat of a vehicle with his father, 27, who police says was the intended target when they were shot at about 6:30 p.m. in the 600 block of North Central Avenue in the South Austin neighborhood. 2 hours later, 3 teens were shot, including a 13-year-old girl who died about 5 blocks from where Mekhi's shooting happened. Two teenage boys were killed Saturday in the South Chicago neighborhood. Acree said his church will set a $2,500 reward for any information that could lead to the arrest of the person who shot Mekhi. Additional rewards are being established according to community organizers. Nicole Weekly of Austin stood on a patch of grass near the crowded sidewalk and listened as community leaders spoke. Weekly, who said she lives on the same block where the shooting occurred, said she heard gunshots about 6 p.m. Saturday and rushed to her window. She saw a blue vehicle zoom by. What is happening with our kids, she said, holding her palms together. Our babies can't be getting killed. What kind of future do we have if our babies are getting killed? The father suffered a graze wound to his abdomen and refused medical treatment, while Mekhi suffered a gunshot wound to the back and was pronounced dead at West Suburban Medical Center in Oak Park, police said. The child's father is known to police, and appears to be the intended target of the shooting, police said. Let's hear what Mayor Lightfoot said. Our city's collective hearts break to hear the unfathomable news of a 3-year-old boy who was shot and killed tonight on Chicago's West Side. There are simply no words to describe such a heinous, unconscionable act of cowardice to shoot at a toddler. First of all, I'm gonna say this. I bet because this boy was only 3 years old, the shooters didn't even probably know the kid was in the car. Not that I'm trying to defend the shooters, but the shooters probably didn't even see that there was a 3-year-old in the car. They just saw this nigga and they wanted to get him. That's it. My thing is this. Number one, why you out here in the streets knowing that there's niggas that want your head and you got your shorty in the car with you? Number one. And look, let me read this. Longtime activist Andrew Holmes also held a media briefing following the toddler's death Saturday. The community needs to take care of home base because multiple children have been shot. Andrew Holmes is the dude that was passing around, dude with the short ass fro that was on the other video. That's the community activist. He's always around. Every time a nigga gets shot, he's the one that go to the neighborhood and try to help the police and help the community. Recently in Chicago, multiple children have been shot recently in Chicago, including a 5-year-old boy on Thursday and a 9-year-old girl on Wednesday. Just this week. This baby had a family, Holmes said of Mekhi. What I'm asking, come on out here and protest on this west side. Shut this west side down until we find out who discharged that weapon and took the life of this baby. That's what he said in that earlier before. Holmes said he spoke to one of Mekhi's family members who said the child's mother is totally upset. She loved her baby, Holmes said. And there we go. The area in which it happened. It's enough. I think my point has been made. It's like this, man. And I'm gonna wrap this up. We're gonna get on up out of here. If we don't police us, if we don't help those that's trying to police us, then what can we expect? What can we expect? Well, I mean, what do we really expect to change? We really gonna be concerned about the 3 people that the white police killed last year compared to the 85 plus that died, that got shot in a weekend? The 60 that just got shot in another weekend? Really? We don't want to address our own problems, but we want to blame the first person we possibly can that ain't us for our problems. The shit is not going to change until we start changing. And we can't change shit if we not going to say shit. We can't change a thing in our neighborhoods if we're not changing what we do in our own neighborhoods. Our neighborhoods will not change until we change. We have to draw a line in the sand and say this shit ain't going on no more, and be willing to die for that shit. Be willing to kill for that shit. If you ain't willing to help the police, and if you ain't willing to stop the motherfuckers that's doing this shit, suck it up, buttercup, because it's going to be the same thing. It's been going on for years now. 20, 30 years. Let's just count from the 90s on. Let's just go from the 90s on. You're talking 30 years of this same fuck shit happening, and ain't nothing changed. We still got single mothers having these kids on top of kids on top of kids in fucked up neighborhoods, and ain't shit changing. You still got these ain't shit mamas and these ain't shit daddies that ain't doing shit with these kids, ain't doing nothing but fucking and having babies, selling drugs, getting high, trying to be the next biggest rapper or the next biggest basketball or football player. That's it. All the while, don't want to do shit but wear Gucci, fuck bitches, and create money phones. And you think this shit gonna change? Well, it ain't in 30 years. So maybe, just maybe, the black guy with the little small YouTube channel that you consider to be a coon, bootlicker, or whatever the fuck else you want to call me, maybe he might be on to something. Maybe he might know something. He might be saying something that's true. Maybe one of the biggest YouTubers of our generation, one of the best YouTubers of our generation, that other black dude, Tommy Sotomayor, who got that movie out called The Fatherless America, maybe he's on to something. Just maybe he might be on to something here. Maybe the coon might be actually right. Just maybe. The idea of the black guy talking about defunding the police is stupid shit could just be right. Because us and our movement for the past 30 years, I don't see no progress. You niggas set on fire your cities. You niggas marched up and down the streets. You niggas turned over, looted, and rioted all your cities in your own neighborhoods. Here's what you got to show for it. Here's what it got you. Let's literally look at what's happened since the fuck shit went down. George Floyd gets murdered. Black Lives Matter gets painted on the street. Okay, that's one. It's on the streets in several cities. Big yellow letters. It's on Washington Street. It's on the street leading up to the Capitol in Washington. Okay. They done tore down some Confederate statues. Okay. They done tore down some Confederate flags. All right. They done got rid of Uncle Ben, Aunt Jemima, cream of wheat, and who else? I don't know. You tell me. I'm just trying to take a quick total here of what we got. Then you had Nike, the NFL say they got it wrong. Cap should have got it. He got it right. They had all of these different companies that say we're now gonna work towards the equality and the injustices of black folks. Right? They took Gone with the Wind away. They took the gun out of Elmer Fudd's hand. They got rid of the guns for Yosemite Sam. Right? They got to get rid of Mrs. Butterworth. No Confederate flag in NASCAR no more. Right? Now, all of these things, I don't have a problem with. You want to take it down? Fine. But what do we have, niggas? What do black folks actually have? What did you actually get? You had a bunch of fucking assholes in Washington get on their knees wearing kente cloths talking about we got this bill passed, y'all, that ain't nobody really got to adopt. We just hope they do. You got Trump who put a bill together and says, hey, I can't make everybody do this, but we hope that they follow suit. What do you actually have? Do we got 40 acres and a mule? Nope. Do we got reparations? Mm-mm. Do we have anything that's tangible that we can say because of this, we now have this? Because of what's happened with George Floyd, and because of what we have protested, rioted, and looted for, we could not do this before. And because we did all of that, we can now do this. Please tell me what that thing is. I'll wait. I'll give you a few seconds. Oh, that's so good. Because that's what we fighting for. That's what we went to war for. That's what the uprising was about. Our First Amendment right to protest. That's what that was all for. It was all for that. What did we actually get in our hands? What do we say, hey, we can now do this, which is something we couldn't do before? All y'all niggas is doing is talking about, yeah, you got to tell these white folks what it's like to be a black man. Like they really give a shit. We got these white folks on their knees wearing sorry t-shirts. White folks is paying attention to black folks more than ever before. All these Fortune 500 companies, they are now paying attention to us black folks. They see it now. We done bought awareness about. If you don't have an agenda, mapped out, if you don't have a list of demands to say, not we want people to stop being racist, we want to stop systemic racism, we want to stop all these racists, these racist entities got to be taken away and torn down. No, fuck that. If you don't have anything that is tangible, that is going to not benefit just you, but your generations that come after you, you ain't dead and you ain't got shit. All they're doing is giving you things that don't matter. Get some fucking power. Get some fucking real estate. Nike, you want to make it up to us? Pay off 1,000 niggas' mortgages. Reebok, you want to reach out to us? Send 500 niggas to school for free for 4 years. Y'all, you want these Fortune 500 companies to really understand our plight? General Mills, Quaker Oats, the Dow. Go ahead and promise to send 10,000 black folks to 4-year universities for free for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. That's what you want to do. But you know what? When you ask for that, you're going to get the real white folk answer, which is going to be, well, we just can't really, we don't have the funding in place to do that. There's just not funding in place to do those things. That's what you're going to get. Don't sit here talk about, yeah, we gonna now take the Aunt Jemima box and we gonna put Candace Owens' face on it. Oh, that's funny. Meanwhile, while the iron's hot, you motherfuckers ain't striking to get shit. Cap gonna get a job now. Woo! Yeah, black folks, see what happens when we stand up? You stupid ass niggas still trying to get a rich ass, mediocre fucking football player a goddamn quarterbacking job for what? I ain't even got to go on the Cap because I done went in on him enough. But you niggas are still worried about reposting, putting on your Facebooks, putting on your Instagrams. Yeah, Cap gonna get a job now. See, we was right. Gives a fuck about Cap getting a job. And what's gonna happen if they do give him a job? They gonna give him a job and he gonna have a shitty season and you niggas gonna be talking about he in the wrong system. He was off for too long. He still got rust on his bones. They played him. The calls ain't fair. The offense wasn't set up for his skill set. Watch. Watch you niggas make an excuse for Cap. Guarantee it. Because he was a mediocre quarterback at best. On his best day, he was mediocre. He wasn't like Michael Vick. Michael Vick was the shit before the Dogs, and even when he came back, he was still the shit. Michael Vick was that dude. He was a top-tier quarterback when he left the game. Oh, I'm sorry. Got put out the game. He was the shit. Plain and simple. Cap can't even hold a candle to this nigga's light. He can't. He's just not that good. And I ain't hating on him. Do I think he could play in the NFL? Yeah. As a backup, second or third string quarterback, or a team that just sucks ass? Absolutely. Shit. Get rid of Trubisky and send him to the Bears. I ain't shit. Send his ass to Cleveland. Yes. Can he snap the ball and run an offense? Sure can. Is he a top-tier quarterback that got fucked over? No. He's a biracial guy who been raised by white folks, and he got into the league, and he literally wasn't cutting it. And he found a way to manipulate the system to get his name out there and to get himself a platform. Him and listening to his Nation of Islam, Islamic woman, got him where he was at. And I can tell you, even though we don't know the amount, I can imagine the checks he got cut from the NFL and the check he got cut from Nike. I'm sure Cap is okay. He may want to play, but I'm sure he's okay. I'm more concerned about the niggas in the hood that ain't got nowhere near Cap's money or nowhere near Cap's lifestyle. I'm more concerned about the 60 niggas that didn't get shot than I am about Cap. I'm sorry. Cap matters, but he don't matter more than these niggas out here. Yeah. He Cap matters, but he matters more. He don't matter more than the 492 niggas that got shot last year compared to the 3 that got killed by police last year. Numbers and facts. That's all I'm saying. So, without further ado, and actually, hold on one second. Before I get out of here, I got something that I want to say. And let me see if I can pull this up. Where are you? Shit. Oh yeah, there we go. I'm gonna say this. If I can find it, I know it's here. I know it is. Somewhere out there. Amongst my 1,000 files, I'll find my picture that I won't want to post for a while. Somewhere out there in one of my folders. There it is. I'm going to try to do this as best I can. There's a picture right there. And that picture is a picture of my father. That is my dad, Herbert Redmond Sr. He was a Chicago police officer for 30 years. He served this city, and he was good police. And I don't say that because he's my daddy. I say that because police tell me that. Because I witnessed it myself. I got to be with my daddy in the car as he would let me get on the sirens and let me get on the megaphone and call my mama outside. He let me work the lights. He'd take me for rides. He would tell me stories about being on the job. He would tell me about what it is to be the police. And he would tell me what it meant to be the police. He would tell me what it took to be good police. I got to see my daddy do the job on several occasions. I got to hang with my daddy on several occasions. When he would take me to the Sox game and get me in with his badge while he was working, me and my friends. Way back when the Sox used to play at Comiskey Park. Y'all don't know about old Comiskey, not U.S. Cellular Field, not whatever the hell it's called now. I'm talking about when Carlton Fisk and them played and Harold Baines played. My daddy would take me to them games. And we would get in because he was a Chicago police officer. I would watch and listen to my father tell me stories about what it meant to be the police. And I learned so much about not just being a man, but what it took to be the police. And even though I was never a Chicago police officer, when I got a chance to be a deputy sheriff for Allegheny County, I had a pretty good understanding of what I was doing and what it took to do the job. And during my training, a lot of the training officers, they really said, man, your dad really taught you a lot of good stuff, man. The way that you handle yourself, the way that you carry yourself, those things that I knew, the answers to the questions about the law and all those things that I knew, it was because of my daddy. So, do I take being the police personal? Do I take it seriously? I'm passionate about it. It means something to me. So when I see bad police, it disturbs me. When I see police do stupid shit, be assholes, I see it and I'm embarrassed by it. Because it's personal to me. It means a lot to me to be not just the police, but to be good police. And that's why I shout out good police. That's why I talk about bad police. Because like it or not, it ain't perfect. And it never will be. But that does need to be the goal. That does need to be what we're striving for. If you got on that uniform Yes, your life is on the line. No, you can't be scared and be the police. Yes, you are doing a thankless job. But you also need to realize that that job is ever changing every single day. And you need to learn how to be a better police officer every single day. Every interaction that you have, every call that you take is your opportunity to be a better police officer and to be a better person. My daddy taught me being the police, it's about being a good people person. You just enforcing the law while you're doing it. That's what my daddy taught me. So when we talk about Father's Day, when we're talking about police, that's near and dear to my heart. And it's near and dear to my heart because of that man right there. My father was the best of the best. My father was a cop's cop. Sergeant Herbert Redmond was good police. And I'm proud to be his son. I'm proud to stand up for police. And I sat there today and I was thinking, I said, you know, nobody ever takes the time to just say thank you. Because we so busy to criticize as people. We so quick to criticize as a community. We so quick to tear down and to blame others because we don't want to take responsibility and accountability for what it is we're doing or what we're not doing or what we're not going after, what we talk about we wish we had or wish we did. So I said, let me just think about it. Just some of the things. And I said, don't nobody ever say thank you. So let me, to every police officer that had ever put on a badge and a gun, to every police officer that went through the physical training, went through the legal training, went through the power test, went through all that you had to go through to put on that uniform, and you did a good job. You sacrificed your family, your life, and in a lot of cases, you didn't come home. To those that are fallen and to those that are retired and to those that are on the job right now. Thank you for responding to every domestic. Thank you for responding to every robbery, every theft, every car accident, every motorcycle accident, every shots fired call, every welfare check, every murder, every assault, every battery, every rape, every Amber Alert, every missing persons report, every child endangerment, every child neglect, every gunshot wound victim, every World Trade Center building bombing, every mass shooting, every active shooter, every loose animal, every bomb threat, every DUI. Thank you for responding to those. Because you know what? The same people that want to defund y'all, the same people that talk about y'all need reform, well, we need reform too. Because we the same people, they the same people that won't say thank you. They the same people that won't say, you know what? In order to make our department better, we need you all to help us make it better. So let's all sit down together and come up with a better way to do this job. Let's all get some more resources and let's get some more funding to make sure that funding is applied in the right key areas to make sure that we're doing a better job. Thank you, Linda, for every 911 response, for every time a dispatcher put out a call and you said such and such is responding. Thank you. And that's all I have to say about that. As Forrest Gump would say. Let me go ahead, and I'm so proud of myself that I didn't cry because I was going to try my best not to. I swear for Lord I did. And I think I made it. I got choked up. But I didn't cry, Roy. I didn't cry. But let me just go ahead and give thanks to everybody that donated tonight. Shout out to Michelle Glass. She said, Happy Father's Day. Thank you so much. And Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, but thank you so much for that. She gave your boy $1 to David Teasley. Hit your boy off with $2. Excuse me. Michelle Glass, hit your boy up again with $3, saying sending sisterly love. Daniel Forrester, hit your boy off with $1. Thank you so much. He said, based on your knowledge, how did gun violence in Chicago get so bad? We've been seeing a surge of this in Toronto, where there was a shootout in broad daylight, I guess, and 6-year-old boy was grazed by a bullet. It got this bad because of, number one, the poor gun laws that we have, to where your innocent law-abiding citizens, they can't carry guns. So you got all the bad guys carrying guns. The other thing is this, and this is due to the government. This is due to the local government in the city. They have neglected these areas where there are high violence areas by not giving these kids nothing to do. They took funding away from the Chicago Park Districts, which was one of the key things that I know of growing up that kept me out of the streets. Staying in my park district, doing boxing, wood shop, swimming, basketball, baseball, working out, theater, all of that, dancing, all of those things that they used to have in the community that were in the park districts because they were funded so that they could have stuff for kids to do. They took all that shit away. So now you got these kids raised by single mothers out in the streets doing what? Looking at the element. What's the element? Crime. Niggas selling drugs, niggas out there gangbanging. That's all that's left. Ain't no midnight basketball leagues no more. They took all that shit away. So that's why there was a surge in violence. The gangs were able to recruit. The drugs and the drug dealers were able to capitalize. The drug sentences were light, so people weren't going to jail for forever. Gun violators, they got off. So you just did nothing but increase your seasoned criminals out in the streets. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. All right, let's see. Dan Forster hit me up again. Donate another $5. He says, thank you for covering this. All of these people screaming protect black women and black trans lives matter, but they do not care to protect black children. Heartbreaking. And not only is it the black children, but it's the young black men. Do you notice that Black Lives Matter and every other one of these anti-violence, none of them are actually calling out that these are young black men that die the most, that get shot the most, that are the suspects the most, that are the most victims? Do you not know that? But nobody says it. But I bet you if it was a bunch of women, like when they talk about sex trafficking, who's at the forefront of that? These women are being sex trafficked. Oh, okay. So it's even more of a problem. It should even get more attention now because they're young girls that are being sex trafficked. I get it. But when it's young black boys that's dying, who's saying that needs to be at the forefront? I'll wait. When a child gets killed or a child gets shot, how come there isn't more outrage? How come there isn't? And not just saying shot. What about when these ain't shit parents be killing their kids? The baby daddy kill them. The mama kill them. Put them in the oven. Beat them up. Break all they fucking bones in their body. And then act like, I don't know what happened. I don't know. Bitch, you did it. That's why you don't know what happened. Nobody says nothing. It's not an outrage. It's just, maybe she was depressed. She could have been postpartum. And they let them off with light ass sentences. Or just do 5 years. We'll let you out in 2.5. Why is it that women get lighter sentences than men for the same crimes? How come there's no outrage about that? Because people don't give a shit about kids and they don't give a shit about men. They don't. Black, white, yellow, brown, Mexican, Asian, Hispanic, don't matter. This society is catered to women and nobody gives a shit about it. We get more outraged about something that happens to a woman than we do a child. And that's a problem. But we want the men to step up and lead. Okay. My man Terrence Cardwell said, I appreciate the show. Thank you so much. And if you guys are still watching, please click that like button. Click the subscribe button to both channels, the United Guns of America and to the Relationship Rehab. I'm gonna read these cash apps and we're gonna get on up out of here, man. Let's go. All right. My man Derek J. Old Night Train came through with $50. Happy Father's Day. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it. My man Mega Mortar says, for saying what needs to be said when few are saying it. $25 to you, boy. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. My man Damon said, hit your boy with $10. It says, it's not much, but it's for the facts you're talking. Hey, man, thank you so much, man. And it is something. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, brother. My man Noble TJ says, thanks. $5. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate everybody that donated. I appreciate everybody that took the time to watch. And hey, to everybody that's out here, my point is this. We have to do better, and we have to start with us before we can have an expectation for somebody else. That's all I'm saying. Until we start helping ourselves, ain't nobody gonna help us or respect us. They only gonna try to throw us bones and give us handouts. If you think you want to live your life eating fucking bones and taking fucking handouts, then you deserve to live on your knees. You deserve to live hand to mouth. You deserve to be treated like a fucking dog when all you wanting is and yapping for is scraps. Aunt Jemima, scraps. Uncle Ben, scraps. Cream of Wheat, scraps. Mrs. Butterworth, scraps. That's what you're getting. Like Tommy said, don't try to get a seat at the table. Build your own table. Build your own table. That way you are in control of who eats what gets served. I hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab. I hope you guys have a good night. Shout out to everybody who came over to the United Guns of America in the VIP channel, the VIP section. I appreciate you all. And I hope that you guys can share this, click the like button, and you can still donate. Please leave your comments about the video, what you think about it. Leave your comments in there. I do read them. And if you're going to criticize whatever it is that you got a problem with or whatever, just make sure you make a clear and concise point as opposed to just like typing out loud as somebody once said. So just make sure that you guys do that. I appreciate you all. Until next time, y'all go out here and hey, remember, support Fatherless America, the movie by Tommy Sotomayor. Matter of fact, I'm going to play it one more again on the way out. Let's do this. Bam. There it is. FatherlessAmerica.com, people.
In this country, 5 times more likely to commit suicide than children who have a father in the home. 32 times more likely to run away. 20 times more likely to have a behavioral disorder. 14 times more likely to become sexually aggressive or commit rape. 10 times more likely to engage in drug abuse. It just breaks my heart. No heat, no judgment.
The woman will open up and say, you know what, not having my father really is a problem, really is an issue. And I wish we could get more black women to just point out, wait a minute, it's not cool that your kids don't have that father. It's not cool that you didn't grow up with yours. It's not, I don't need no man. It's not, fathers don't matter. It's not, niggas ain't shit. It's actually we as a people, we as a culture, we as a community have to deal with each other. And in dealing with each other, if we're creating children, if we're having little innocent beings who only thing they know about themselves is what we present about ourselves. I don't know if that makes any sense to any of you guys. If you are a Jew and you know that you must be a doctor, a lawyer, or something like that, that matters. Your goal is higher. What you want to be in life is exalted. But if you think about what happens with us as black men, Our goal in life is where? What do we have to look up to? Who do we have to look up to? Was our fathers impressive? Was our grandfathers impressive? It doesn't even matter what you say sometimes to your children. It's what you do. It's what you have. It's the presence you command. It's the maturity of how you deal with each other and deal with other people. And that's the biggest thing we need in the black community. Where does that start? To me, it's with fathers. If your man is confident, your man is proud. When your man is proud, he loves what he has. He protects what he has when he has these situations. And that's when you, as a woman, as a man, as a family, as a community, that's when we'll be better. When we actually care about each other. It starts with the fathers. It starts with the relationship and the children.
Awesome. Fatherless America, man. Go get it. And last but not least, let me address something that happened in the last show. In the last show, there was somebody who put in the chat like hugs and kisses to me. And let me say this. I understand that, you know, people appreciate what I do. People like me, and that's all good. And I appreciate it. What I will ask that you do, though, is not type that kind of stuff in the chat because it is offensive and disrespectful to my wife. So please don't do that. Say, hey, good show. Thank you so much. Like I see people always post for the most part, but it happened in the last show and it was brought to my attention. And all I'm saying is let's just keep it respectful. Don't disrespect my wife because that's disrespectful to me. Just, hey, good show. Thanks. Appreciate you, Brian. Nice show, Brian. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But the hugs and kisses, that's a bit too much. It's going a little too far. So I'd appreciate that you guys do that. I don't know what anybody's intentions were. I don't know how anybody may have, you know, meant it or not meant it. But to keep it all smooth, to keep it all 100 and problem free, because I don't want to have to delete nobody for putting something like that improper in my chat. Just don't do it. Just keep it straight up. Hey, keep it cordial. Keep it nice. Salutes, thumbs up, all that good stuff, but no hugs and kisses. So I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, here I is. Hey. Sinead, that was not at you. That was not at you. It was to somebody that was not even in the that's not even like a regular. So that's why I said that. So no, I understand what you're saying, but that was not at you. So it's all good. It was all good. If it was something to you, I would have said it because you have been around for forever. But no, that wasn't to you. The person who did it, I'm pretty sure they know who they are by now. Because like I said, it was a new person. So somebody that I don't see that often. But it is what it is. But no, you all good. So and even I'm going to say this. And I'm going to get out of here after this. I'm going to say this. It's like I said, I didn't know the intentions of the person. And it's not a problem yet, which is why I'm like nipping it in the bud, because I don't know the person. I don't know these people. I just don't want it in my chat because it's disrespectful. That's all. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying now, so that it won't get that way and it won't become an issue. So it's kind of like one of those things where you kind of see where things are leading. It's just that don't get too familiar. That's all I'm saying. So let's not blow it up and make it into something that is not. Let's just respect the channel, respect the platform, and respect my amazing wife. That's it. So, peace, and I'm out, y'all, for the third time. I love y'all, man. Thanks.